In today's video, we're going to be going through the worst takes that we've ever had on camera, and this is actually a part 2. We have an original video to this, and there's plenty more hot takes to come, so let us know what is our hottest take. Drop it in the comments in case you want to do a part 3, but what do you think is the worst take we've ever given on the channel, bro?
Sheesh, I'm not sure. There's a bunch of them.
The first one that we have for today is pretty wild, and this is recent as well. This is you saying that Paranoid is a skip on Kanye's 808s and Heartbreak. Let's watch it over.
Let's do it. Skips on this album, it's not that much either way. I have Paranoid with Mr. Hudson. I find it a bit plastic of a song, if I'm being completely honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the instrumental. I'm not saying Mr. Hudson had a bad performance on the track itself, but it really doesn't add anything to me. And when I'm on this album, I'm going back to the Amazings. I'm going back to the heart.
All right, so Paranoid, and honestly speaking, I'm disappointed in myself because I let this one slide on the video, and I guess maybe I was too infatuated with thinking about the songs that I love, like Love Lockdown or something like a Heartless, but going back again to Paranoid just made me realize how much I actually do love this song. It's one of the most danceable tracks, which is something that you guys pointed out in the comments. I think that it feels like you're in this disco party in space. There's such an upbeat and bright energy to it, which offsets a lot of the rest of the track list. So what is it about Paranoid that doesn't do it for you?
I never said it was a bad song.
You said it's a skip.
I said it's a skip. Yeah, I skipped the song when I'm on the context of the album.
Why?
Everyone came at me with pitchforks. I don't enjoy the song all that much for my rotation. I'm sorry. I'm just not playing it in my whip. And when I had to do the episode and had to be strict with it, it's a song that does not come back into my rotation. And that's why
I just find it odd because if you're a fan of Graduation, this has like those electronic synths. It has like sort of that similar aesthetic.
It doesn't mean because I'm a fan of Graduation that I have to enjoy this song. And either way, you didn't even roast me in the video for it. So I think that maybe
was sleeping.
So is it because now you saw the reception under the video that you want to come at me for?
Here we go. I didn't name it as a skip. You did,
there
bro.
We go.
Don't try to change the
even
finger pointing.
Even in the video, you were kind of just like shaking your head, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he maybe doesn't enjoy it all that much. You know?
I was just complacent, bro, and I should have called you out. I'm calling you out now. Horrible take, bro.
But yeah, let me just speak about the track further. As I said, I never called it a bad track. I didn't even call it a mediocre track. I think, yeah, if you enjoy it, you enjoy the song itself. Just saying, for my rotation, I don't revisit it in the context of the album. As I said before, I go to other songs, and I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to skip RoboCop.
Massive L, in my opinion. I think it is one of the best songs off of the album.
You guys got Lou in the hot seat for this one.
For sure, buddy. The next take is going to be one of mine, and this is going to be Drake's views on the same level as Stankonia and the Black Album.
I questioned you on this.
You did. I have to give you credit. Let's play this over.
I think it's an amazing album.
Absolutely.
I'm more on the grade, to be honest with you. That's where I would maybe put it.
What knocks it down points?
I would just say, like, maybe...
Bro, because he's wearing so many different hats. Like, I love how he juggles all these different styles and sounds, you know?
Okay, all right. I guess I'll put it in.
All right, you said, I guess. I asked you, why can't it be on the Amazing? You kind of went blank on this one, and I want to make something clear. This was the first album that we were ranking on the entire tier list, so before this, there was no Stankonia on that level. There was no Carter 3.
But we knew what was going to be coming up.
But I also want to say this. Just because an album is on the same tier as another album doesn't mean there isn't varying degrees to how great an album is from that tier. So in my opinion, like, for example, why did nobody call out the fact that we also put Good AM or that we put Astroworld on the same tier as the Black Album? Like, at the end of the day, those albums aren't as good as the Black Album, just like Views, but they're still amazing projects.
I understand, but that's why, like, I was just kind of like feeling, well, it was borderline. It was borderline because I maybe think that you hold Views up to a higher regard than I do. Yes, I love the album, and I think there's a great amount of replayability within it, but again, to have it on the same level as an Astroworld or as a Good AM or as the Black Album or something.
I think it's arguably better than Good AM. I think Views is arguably better than Good AM.
There is no way it is better than Good AM.
Do you realize how like revolutionary that album was from Drake doing the whole tribute to the fucking city, the variety within that album?
I understand. It's a great listen. Bro. I just think that, again, you look at it, you put it on the same level as the Black Album.
Bro, how many people can make an album with that many styles and make it sound cohesive? How many people?
I understand where you're coming from, but regardless, again, look at that tier. The tier there, it is a clear outlier within that tier. I'm just saying, I understand why people were frustrated because you could go down to the great with it.
I do think Stankonia, the Black Album, Carter 3, and other albums within that tier are superior, but listen, if it adds to the narrative of me being a glazer, I don't care because I'll glaze quality music. I'll do it if I have to, bro. And this album is quality. And listen, when it's come to CLB and For All the Dogs, we've called it out. Those weren't great projects. They weren't solid. I'm not afraid to call it out, but Views is an amazing album. But anyways,
let's keep going.
Let's keep on going. The next one that we have is going to be your take, saying that Runaway is not a perfect song, but that Superhero by Metro Boomin is perfect. You gave both of these takes in the same video. Let's run it back.
Kanye West songs ever. I do think that it stacks up to the highest degree in his catalog, but I don't think it's a perfect
That's
song.
That's an L, bro. Why?
Okay, so I want you to start off with this first verse. And honestly, these lyrics always throw me off. It still throws me off to this day.
Oh, my God. What are you going to bring in?
She find pictures in my email. I sent this bitch a picture of my dick. I don't know what it is with females, but I'm not too good at that shit. I'm sorry. It's not top-tier lyricism. I get it's in the context of the song.
It is in the context of the song.
But the thing is...
All right, we got to talk about this because within the same video, you then go on to say that Superhero is a perfect song. So the first question I have for you is this.
Yeah.
Do you think Superhero is a better song than Runaway by Kanye West?
I guess I kind of got caught lacking within that moment just because, again, in the context of the video, like saying that Runaway is a better song than Superhero, or let's say, sorry, vice versa, I guess is a flawed statement to make. My whole point within the video itself, and I guess maybe the video concept itself is a bit flawed, is that I think that Runaway is an imperfect song. I think that the way that he starts off that verse, in my opinion, and I've explained this in live streams, I've explained this to people in real life. I've had kids ask me this when we're Rolling Loud. I think the way that he starts off that first verse is not the most effective way. And as I said within that clip, I do think that, yes, in the context of the song, it does make sense somewhat. But again, those are not top-tier lyrics. Those are not even the best lyrics on the entire album. That's one. Two, for the Superhero thing, there's nothing I could say about that. I understand why you guys are frustrated with that claim. I take the backlash for that. But I still stand on that point.
So do you regret giving Superhero the perfect rating?
I think it's a perfect trap song. I think it's a perfect trap song if that makes anyone feel better.
I don't think...
I guess you could say that Runaway, there's no flaws within that song. There's not a single...
So it's a better song than Runaway?
But it's hard to say, bro, because I feel like it's found within the imperfection, but for the sake of that video, are these songs perfect or not?
This is what I want to say, though.
Is the song perfect or not? It's the imperfection that gets that song going. It can't be considered perfect.
We got to stop doing this thing as a community, and myself included, where we take one lyric out of an entire song and we make that change our entire critique of it and even make it drop a whole point. Like, for example, on Runaway... Just for jokes, I went to go count. There's 48 different unique lines. So because one line has a word or two that you don't fuck with, that's worth putting it on a lower tier.
But it's not the way that it's it's not the fact that it's that one lyric. It's the way that he starts off the song. Like if someone starts off the song with those lyrics for myself, like it kind of gets me. I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. If I'm being completely honest with you,
the song's about Ye taking accountability and sort of playing against those narcissistic tendencies he's had.
You don't have to give me the genie sanitation. I understand. Maybe it does fit for the narrative, but the execution, in my opinion, was not perfect. So therefore, I gave it a not perfect rating.
Runaway is a perfect song, guys. Don't make Ant tell you any different. Miles beyond Superhero, but the next song is going to be one of my takes, which I believe you maybe had. No, you didn't have a similar sentiment. This was me saying that Pink Tape is the start of Uzi's decline, and I actually disagree with myself, and I'll explain why after we watch this clip. Let's watch it over. I'm ultimately convinced that this is really the mark of Uzi's decline, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and again, this is after one listen, though, right?
Yeah, and I think it's way too soon to say it's the mark of his decline. Or come on, it's way
that's
too
how
soon.
I'm feeling, though.
It's way too soon to be calling stuff like that. To say that there was lifeless performances, I don't personally think so. Yeah, it was harsh, man.
So I mean, yeah, it was definitely harsh, and I think that I was wrong about it because I actually think that the first sign of Uzi's decline actually comes before the Pink Tape. I think that you can trace this all the way back to Eternal Take, where Uzi sort of seemed like, he was putting out these long extended projects just for the streams, whereas his earlier catalog was much more focused. And if you think about it, he's been dropping packs of mid ever since Eternal Take. Look at the Pink and White EP. Look at the collab project with Future. Look at even the most recent song, NFL, that he dropped. I don't know if you heard it. Yeah. Awkward Flow, second verse, is a complete imitation of Yeet. Even though one of Yeet's biggest inspirations is Uzi, I get it. But nonetheless, Uzi's been on this downhill trajectory, and it's come down to a point where I feel like with Pink Tape, that really put it in full focus for me because it sounded like he was going into too many different directions at once.
Okay, I guess for your musical taste, yes. But as I mentioned in that video, like, I don't feel like he completely lost his form to the point to where I'm not down to go to another project anymore. I feel like the mystique and let's say my hunger for Uzi music has kind of stayed the same within the years. So I'm not saying that. I do think, yes, if you look, there is a decline on the projects. But to say that he is declining as far as an artist goes and as far as career goes, as I said, it's too premature to say. And I guess that in that moment, the reason why I countered you is, as I mentioned in that clip, it's just too premature to say.
I don't think it's premature. I think that like Uzi's been showing that he's a transformative artist, but like he's been experimenting, and oftentimes those experiments will fail. Look at what he did with Chop Suey. That was unlistenable. Even if you look at him biting certain artists on certain recent projects, I just feel like he sounds lost right now as an artist. And he himself said that his next album, Love Is Rage 3, might be his last. So maybe artistically he has reached a certain plateau, and maybe that's the reason why he wants to step back. But Uzi's mentioned that he's dropping his last album oftentimes, so who knows if that's true. But I stand by that one to some degree. But let's keep on going. The next take, once again, is one of mine, and this is that the song On That Time is one of the worst songs on Whole Lotta Red. So let's go through this one.
Let's see what we have here. I got fucking dragged through the mud for this one, bro.
Bro, yes, deservingly so, because you have songs like Jump Out the House on here. You have On That Time, Punk Monk, Teen X.
I got death threats for this, actually. There's actually...
Bro, Reddit, was on your ass. All right, so this is pretty funny and ironic because in a video that we did talking about and reacting to our worst takes, I casually, kind of accidentally dropped another hot take that people went crazy over. Again, speaking about Whole Lotta Red.
Did they get you on Reddit for that one?
I don't know if I got the death threats. I think that On That Time isn't as celebrated as Stop Breathing, so maybe that's why I was in the clear. But mind you, I haven't checked the Cardi Reddits because they're too wild, bro. I haven't even gone back to see if
I think kids have a pitchford next to our pictures. There's some kids that really don't fuck with us because of the way that we talk about.
They probably have a voodoo doll, bro, and our face is printed out on the head of the doll, and they just stick some
That's why I love
there.
Cardi fans, though, is because they'll keep you accountable. You say something that they don't like, and they'll definitely speak their mind, and they're on the ball with everything, bro. They'll find a singularity take within every single video that is put out, whether it's us, whether it's other music creators, whether it's Cardi himself. There's always something that gets out about it. But I don't disagree with you. I'm being completely honest with you. I'm not a big fan of On That Time either.
Yeah, I don't think it's a great song. I mean, you're getting Cardi rapping about him and his Draco and him doing push-ups. Cool story, bro. What do you want me to tell you? The way he spells out DRACO, that's what he's doing. It's so repetitive.
I don't like the vocal effects. I don't like the vocal performance on it, but that's just me. Maybe it's for you guys, but again, that's not one I'm going to stick you on. But okay, let's keep going on with this. What else do we have?
The next take is going to be one of yours, but we actually share this take. So this was on a recent TikTok video. I'm going to list you songs that most people don't seem to like, and I want you to stop me when I say a good song, starting off with Godzilla by Eminem featuring Juice WRLD. After that, we have Big Bank by... All right, so that was the take. It was about you pretty much saying that Godzilla by Eminem is not a good song.
Insinuating, within the context of the series.
And I could not agree more, bro, with you.
I just think that when you have to go into the song itself, I don't necessarily like the collaboration too much. I feel like it's too offset between the both, and it is a plastic song. It's one of those hits that I've heard too much where I'm just well, oh my goodness. And even at that, the production just... It feels like I'm watching a Disney movie, It's that sort of vibe. But
I don't know. To me, it's more like a trappy SoundCloud type beat.
And to hear Eminem in that context, I'm just not down, bro.
Yeah, it's and it just also felt like he was trying to replicate Rap God and do a part 2 to that, especially with that third verse where he's rapping at this crazy pace. Which sure, it's impressive, but it's a song about Eminem turning into a monster when he's off the Henny. What are we trying to do here?
I will give credit to Juice WRLD for the hook, though. It's
the hook's pretty decent.
The hook's catchy.
I think Juice WRLD maybe my favorite and most listenable and entertaining part of that song for me. But,
absolutely.
Just so forgettable. And it's one of those songs that's mind-boggling that it became as popular as it did.
Okay, so we got a couple of takes in here that we actually agree with.
We actually agree on some of these.
All right, let's keep going.
But speaking about that, we're now going to change the tune because... The next one is about you saying that Apple Pie from Rodeo is one of the weakest songs on that album, and me saying that LSD from At Long Last ASAP is also a weak track. So let's get into this one.
Let's do Apple Pie, or let's say,
Apple Pie's a bad song.
It's not a bad song, but it's weaker to the track.
Bro,
it's not like
even
something like Maria, I'm
LSD,
drunk.
bro. I'm sorry. That song has really grown off me over time, bro.
No, come on. You gotta stop this.
Bro,
No.
That
Stop,
uncomfortable high pitch he leans into.
It's fucking fantastic.
Singing.
He's literally taking you through the feeling of being on LSD, and you also see...
All right. So, I mean, we definitely got heated. That was part of our free smoke that we did at Long Last ASAP versus Rodeo. And I think that, like, for you to say, to start off with Apple Pie, that it's one of the weaker tracks off of Rodeo, I think that's totally false. Just because...
Okay, where would you place it in the track list?
I would place it within like the top 7 or 8 songs. I think that it's better than Wasted. I think that it's better.
No, it's not better than Wasted.
It is better than Wasted for me. And this is one of the most crucial parts of this track list because of the whole euphemism of Travis not needing to eat his mom's apple pie anymore. The idea of him being able to leave the porch and go to LA, and it's the outro of the album. It makes everything come full circle. Travis's vocal effects that are used, the bridge is so underrated as well, and it's some of his best writing and rapping on that album.
Okay, so I'll tell you why I had put it, let's say, on the lower tier of the album. And by the way, in that clip, I didn't say it was a bad song whatsoever.
You said it's one of the weaker tracks.
It is one of the weaker
album.
tracks. So I'll go with this. Okay, it's not better than Oh My This Side. It's not better than Pornography. It's not better than 3500.
It's better than Pornography for me.
I don't think so. I don't think it's better than Wasted. It's not better than 90210. It's not better than Pray for Love. It's not better than Nightcrawler.
It's better than Piss on Your Grave.
It's better than Piss on Your Grave. It's not better than Antidote.
It's better than Antidote to me.
No way. It's not better than Impossible, and it's not better than Maria, I'm Drunk. It is better than I Can Tell, and it is
Flying
better
High.
than Fly.
That's not one of the weaker ones. We named like 5, 6 songs that would place below it.
No, I just named you a good 8 to 9 on this track list, and there's 14 songs on the album. That's what I meant by
so maybe it's in the middle of it, bro. It's not one of the weaker tracks off the album. Like, I'm just saying the way you worded it.
But it's not a top tier song
concerning.
either. So what do you want me to say? Oh well, it's a mid tier song on the album. I still would have gotten shit for it. But either way,
I said that you used that to go against Rodeo, and it just didn't make sense, bro. Because you can't even criticize the song.
I did, though. I just did. I told you, it is weaker than most of the track list. I just named you a good 8 to 9 songs on this album that are better. It's not better than Oh My This Side. It's not better than 3500. It's not better than Wasted, Pornography, 90210, Pray for Love, Nightcrawler, Antidote, Impossible, Maria, I'm Drunk. Brother, I'm sorry. That's 8 to 9 songs right there on a 14-song track list.
That's your flawed
I still
opinion.
like it, though.
It's not my fault.
You know what? Maybe I should have been nicer with it, because going back to it, I think there is a lot of quality within it. I just think Rodeo is so strong that, let's say I had to do a tier list with it, and I had to kind of rank the tier list, it would be on the lower end for me, for myself. But yeah, LSD, man, I still don't agree with that take.
Yeah, I think LSD is just... It just starts off so awkwardly, bro. You got Rocky moaning in your ear. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to hear that.
It's not moaning. It's his vocal effects, bro. And like the way that he layers his vocals on top of the production.
And like the whole idea of like the metaphor for a relationship being his relationship with LSD. Like, it's an awkward metaphor to me. And I always found it super overrated, bro. It's not a good display of his singing either. Like, you want to hear good Rocky singing? Listen to Sundress. You know, get the LSD out, bro.
No way.
Get it out of the track.
It's his relationship with psychedelics and how it's formed his music.
Yeah, okay. It's really on the
it's
money.
One of the most iconic songs off of Long Last ASAP. It's an anthem, bro. It's incredible.
To some people, I guess.
It's an incredible... No.
This
is like...
I'm sure there's some other LSD.
This is not like me saying that 90210 is one of the worst songs off of Rodeo. This is you saying like a top tier song on the album is one of the worst.
It's not a top tier song on the album.
LSD is a top tier song.
I'm gonna go through this track list the same way you did for Rodeo, bro.
The production is incredible. The psychedelic soundscape, even the visuals that go along with the song.
Is LSD better than Holy Ghost?
I'd say it's there.
No, it's not. Canal Street. No. I got Excuse Me.
Yes.
I got Lord Pretty Flacco Jordy, Electric Body, Jukebox Joints,
better.
Max B.
Better.
It's better than Max B.
I find it. Well, okay, I could go back and retract that statement. It's top 5 on the album for me.
Okay, if you're gonna say it's better than Max B, we're gonna stop it right here.
No, I'll retract that statement. It's top 5 on the album though. It would be top 5 if I had to make a ranking of it. It would be top 5 on the album.
That's crazy.
The way that the guitar strings come through, the haziness of the track. It is.
I
such
even put Every Day above it, to be honest.
No way. Come on.
I even put Every Day above it.
What's wrong with you? No way. LSD is definitely top tier on this album.
All right, but let's keep on moving. The next hot take that we have is one that both of us had, and I think it was you that said the Money Story by Death Grips is bad vibes. Now, those are your words exactly. Let's listen to this over again.
And it's very dark, bro. It's fucking aggressive. Like... Jeez, dude, like you're going through the album and it's like low key bad vibes, you know, like that's the way I feel about it. But I understand. Well, I mean, it's not good vibes. Like, what is it?
It's not.
Yeah, what is it? Tell me. Is it supposed to feel like a sunny
I feel
album?
like it was made for like angry teenagers, and I'm saying that just because. I don't know. I can't picture myself to be in a state of mind where I could really get behind this music,
for people,
and
yeah,
it's for everybody. At the end of the day, it's a silly joke, guys. I know a lot of cultured and really great people with great music taste love this. For example, our buddy Fantano is a huge supporter of this album, and he's not an angry teenager. But just to say, yes, it's one of those projects where
musically,
I'll listen to it once, I'll listen to it twice, 3 times, 4 times. This will never click. This will never click, and I even prefer Ex-Military as a Death Grips
that's what I was going to say.
project.
So what do you like about Ex-Military better than The Money Store?
I just think Ex-Military has slightly more audible vocals. I think the production is a bit more interesting. And with this album, like, that's what I find funny is that I feel like a lot of people that are within the lane of people that really enjoy Death Grips and this album are the same people that often criticize like mumble rap, but you're sort of getting that to an extent here where you can't really understand what MC Ride is rapping.
You definitely need genius.
You do.
But I think that the writing is extremely profound on The Money Store, though. It's extremely profound.
It is profound.
It's a revolutionary
and the
album,
concepts are genius. Even looking at songs like Hacker and a couple of others, there's genius concepts. But do you still feel like this is a soup of noise?
Yeah, for sure. The production is just not for me. Like, if a production doesn't click for me, like, I can't just force myself to love it because the internet tells me to love it and that it's like this crazy revolutionary album. The unbiased aside, I do think that you could see the effects of The Money Store on the current landscape of hip hop and the way that it's aged. But for my context, bro, you know what we listen to. I'll throw up Isaiah Rashad before I listen to this. You know,
absolutely.
Like that's my sort of vibe. You know? So
maybe it comes down to just our taste, but we've given it more than one fair chance. We'll say that much.
We've included this in context, and I've gone into through like The Money Store and like given it like a good deep dive of it. We've done a live album reaction to it. So
I dread it every single time I got to go back for content. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't like going back to it for content? It's a hard listen. That's for
sure. But anyways, let's move on to another take.
Oh, I love this one.
This one is really bad. This is Ant saying that Up is better than Runnin', and the comments gave it to you. I gave it to you in the video. Let's go back to this. It's one of the most interesting Metro Boomin beats, bro. It's really not.
Of course it is, bro. It's absolutely fantastic. Why are you laughing at it, bro? What are you talking about?
I love the song. It's not a crazy beat.
Why are you laughing at
bro.
Up like that, bro?
Myself, there's better beats on Nav Subtitle, bro.
Are you serious? Don't laugh at this song. It's absolutely...
I'm laughing at your take. I'm not laughing at the song. It's a great song.
It's a diverse beat, bro. Name me any other beat that sounds like Up on this list right now. You can't. So stop that. Don't even fucking laugh at this song. Not only that, it got me kind of mad that you laughed at this song because this is like a childhood moment for us, bro. There's no way.
All I gotta say is, listen,
stop this,
bro.
Stop this.
Listen to me. We're not in high school anymore, bro.
No.
You can't make the nostalgia fog. You can't make the nostalgia fog your judgments, bro. You can't do it to yourself.
There is no way. I am sorry, Lou. No, there is no way.
You really believe that the beat from Runnin' is inferior to the beat on Up?
I prefer the beat on Up. I love the atmospheric production. I feel like it's a unique Metro Boomin experience that you don't find necessarily on any other project. For myself, I've been bumping it for years. Am I supposed to lie? Am I supposed to lie for the brownie points? What do you want from me, bro?
I feel like from an objective standpoint, you're getting a beat that's more layered and more interesting with Runnin', bro. Like getting the vinyl scratches at the beginning, the transition from the soul sample to the hard-hitting trap.
You get the atmospheric synths on Up.
But you've heard that beat from Nav on so many other tracks, bro. Like it's fire.
But this is 2017, Nav, bro. I didn't hear it at the time. I'm sorry, shit came out before it, and I'm sorry.
There's basic trap drum. Sure, there's some cool atmospheric keys, but okay.
I can't wait to catch you at a function when we're absolutely jamming
out
to this
I
song.
didn't like this song. I'm just saying the production isn't as good.
You guys don't understand how much Lou fucks with this song.
I love the song.
I feel like that was a moment I caught you, bro. I caught you lacking, bro. Up by Nav has been an anthem for us for the longest period of time. We're gonna go drive now to another meeting. After this recording, we're gonna drive to a fucking meeting, and I'm gonna throw this song in the car.
I'm gonna enjoy every second of it. You better believe it. But that doesn't stop the fact you're getting ahead of yourself. That doesn't change the fact that 21 had a better rapping performance, had better bars, and had a better production to work with than Nav did on Up.
But regardless, though, I'm talking about my replay value, my love for the song. Yes,
No,
maybe
but we're
I'm
doing a
biased.
bracket. We were doing a bracket, and you said Up is a better
Did
Metro
it pass, by
Boomin
the way?
song.
I believe it passed.
Nick ended up voting it in as well.
Fuck yeah, you see, I'm not the only one, bro. There is no way I am the only one that fucks with this. I am sorry. I'm not
I
just
didn't
fucking...
say I don't fuck with it. You're getting it all twisted, man.
I am not getting it twisted. There's
But
no
anyways, guys, let us know if Ant has maybe swayed your opinion onto the side of
What
Up.
an anthem, bro.
I don't think it
I want
has
this
for
played
me.
on my fucking funeral. If I'm not getting Up played on my funeral, there's no way,
That'd be
bro.
disrespectful. Anyways, the last take that we have is going to be about the Marshall Mathers LP2 by Eminem being overrated. Another Eminem take that we both share. Let's play this clip over.
Every single week, there is an Eminem fan that is trying to convince me that this is a top-tier album in his discography. I have seen so many forums, so many Reddit posts, and so many different blogs, just absolutely praise and...
The defense is always like Eminem is rapping at this elite level. And I'm like, bro, like he's doing a Yoda voice on Rhymer. Yeah, man. I mean, you know what it is? It feels like, when you go to a restaurant for the first time and it leaves a sour taste in your mouth and you just never want to go back, bro. That's what this album was like for me after my first listen. And
you were 13?
Yeah.
Really?
Even when I was 13,
I liked it when I was 13.
I didn't even like it when I was 13. I mean, maybe I liked a couple of tracks, but it's left bad memories that have scarred my ears. Like the Yoda voice in Rhyme or Reason, or the stinky Skylar Grey hook on the song Asshole, no pun intended, or even something like Eminem singing on Stronger Than I Was.
For me, it was the Berserk cadence.
That too.
The Berserk cadence was really off, man, with those fucking electric guitars. It's like, I appreciate the Beastie Boys, but like the whole like homage to like, it's just at every single turn, I feel like on this album you are left underwhelmed. And yes, I still go back and I enjoy songs. I feel like Rap God is an incredible performance.
Groundhog Day?
Like Groundhog Day is fucking great too. I really like that as well. I was a big fan of Bad Guy as well. The introduction on it, I love the imagery of it. I love the production. I love Eminem's cadence. It's very slowed and it's very relaxed. It makes you enjoy everything. I didn't say it was a bad album, but bro, it's overrated.
It's super overrated. And I think the reason why people overrate it is that because in the context of like Eminem's later work, this album looks good when you put it next to like Revival and Music to Be Murdered By. And maybe that's why people sort of cope as fans and say like, oh, this album's not that bad. It's pretty good.
There is no way this is even touching Relapse.
No.
Relapse is leaps and years beyond
I even prefer Kamikaze above this album. I really do.
The problem with Kamikaze is that I've started.
There's still weak tracks.
It's really started to grow off
Yeah.
me, if I'm being honest with you.
Really, even songs like Stepping Stone or songs like Lucky You don't fuck with those?
I fuck with them, but like when you get to the Venoms, bro, and you get to like the Nice Guys,
I feel you.
They're some of his worst ever tracks.
Yeah, maybe I'm overstepping a bit, but I just prefer Kamikaze as a listen. But guys, let us know down in the comments, where do we get it right, where do we get it wrong, and which take should we include next time. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more hip-hop and music content. Much love for sticking all the way to the end of this video, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.